Hi guys, let's take a look at how to create an automated sales forecast using Power Query and regular pivot tables. So here we have some volume information for 3 products, and we're looking at the forecast of that sales over a 9-month period. So the volume forecast, now it could have easily been 100 products, didn't matter with the process that we're going to implement. What we want to do though is get the latest prices for these products, and that is in some other file, and we want um, Power Query in Excel to automatically fetch the latest prices from the pricing data in that file. That file is a text file, so let's see how we could retrieve it, combine it with the volume information here, and get the sales forecast in a new file. So we're going to go to the Get Data menu. From the Data menu here, if we go here, there's an option From File, and we want to get the data from a text/CSV file. We're going to go to the, there's a folder here called Sales Forecast. We want to go to that folder on the desktop. And here we have the pricing information. Like I said, it's a text file. We're going to click import. We're going to bring that information into memory here. And then join that up with the volume information. So over here we have some fixing to do with that data. We're going to click transform data. We want to get the header from row 3. So you're going to remove the first 2 rows by clicking on the little spreadsheet icon here and then say remove top rows. So we don't need those first 2 rows, so we're going to take out 2 rows, hit enter, and we want the row 1 here to be promoted as the header. To do that, we're going to click on the spreadsheet icon again and say use first row as headers. We want to next make sure that the data here is sorted correctly so we can get the latest date by item. So first we're going to sort by item. We're going to choose to sort that in ascending order, and next we're going to sort the date in descending order. So that will bring up the most recent date for each item to the top for that particular item. In order to get the latest prices, we need to remove duplicates from the item column, but it will not seem intuitive, but we actually need to put in an index column as a step before we remove duplicates in order to get the latest prices. So the way we do that automatically is we're going to say add a column. I'm going to create an index column from 1. So that will give you a listing of the records here in order. And now if we right click on the item and we say remove duplicates, we will have the latest prices for each item. So we only need the item column and unit price column, so we're going to control click to select unit price. Right click on the header for either one and say remove other columns. So here we have the items with the latest prices. You could probably rename the query here on the left, latest prices. We want to keep this in memory. We're not going to bring this information back in file. We're going to store it in Power Query as a connection. To do that, we're going to go to the home menu. We're going to go close and load where the drop arrow is, close and load to. We're going to load it as a connection. So select that, click OK. The approach is to get both of these, the prices and the volume as queries, and then do an automatic merge in Power Query and just have the result come out as a report in the file. So when you update prices here or you update volume information here, automatically when you hit a refresh button, you should get the updated forecast. So to get this information into Power Query, just go into one cell of the data, and there's this option in the data menu here, get and transform. Take the data from a table / range. Click on that. Table has headers. Click OK. It's going to load the volume information into that Power Query screen. Unfortunately, the format here is not the correct format that we need in order to automate reports. We need to get the data in tabular form, one record per row, one record per date. The way we do that is right click on the item column, and we want to tell Excel unpivot the other columns, unpivot the other columns. So what we have here, we have this here should really be date. We're going to double click on the header, call it date. And this here should be cases. The volume, it should be cases. Now notice here it says ABC. Very critical for when we have to build a pivot report is that we need to change this and change it to date. Right? So when we build the report, it should actually order the months in the correct order. So this is the information we have in the correct format. The next step for volume is to merge this with the pricing information. So the way we're going to do that, we're going to go to merge the query, but I want the new query, a totally new query with the revenue information. So we're going to say merge queries as new, and we're going to select item here, and from here we need to take the latest prices, right, and click item here as well. So basically we're finding a match between the two tables here. So if we click OK here, we see everything match, then we should have the information here. Now table 1 was the volume information. I should rather rename this to volume. And the merge information here, merge 1 should really be revenue. I'm going to rename this as revenue. The last step would be to get the report out into Excel. There are different ways to output it. We could actually output the data into Excel. Before we do that, let's get that revenue column here. So we're going to click the expansion button on the right. We're only interested in the unit price here. We don't want the original column name as a prefix. So if we click OK, we have the pricing information applied to the volume, and we could actually multiply by control clicking on the cases column. So with these two columns selected, right click on the header, choose product. Product will do our multiplication. We could just double click on the header, rename it revenue. The last step will be to get the report, and to get the report on revenue, we could probably output it as a pivot table, although we could output this data as a table and then build a pivot report on it. But we could actually go to the close and load drop arrow menu here and choose close and load to. Close and load to. We want to close and load it as a pivot table report. So, and it will go to a new worksheet by default. Click OK. So I like a clean view from building dashboards and stuff. So I take off the grid lines. And the report here should be a report for each of the items We want the dates, which is the month-end dates, as the header in columns. And we want the revenue to be the value summarized. So the last thing to do is just format the numbers. So we could format globally using number format here. Choose a number. So from one cell, formatting, everything will be able to format 1000 separator. Click OK. So that should give us a nice, neat formatting of the data um, for each month. So that's it, guys. That's how we build a sales revenue forecast.